Okay, so today is Friday, May 10th, 2013, and I am a graduate. I have a master's degree. See, there's a hood to show it and everything. Okay, so many things to talk about. Alright, well, so let me talk about yesterday because as the story goes, I was waiting to get my final grade in managerial accounting class, cost accounting. I took the exam last Thursday, but the professor didn't give me the grade yet. I mean, so I took the exam, it was a final exam. I thought I did okay, not perfect. I was going to be on the cusp. But she didn't post the grade until yesterday. And like every day I was checking and checking and checking, and then Dad was calling me about the graduation party, and all my friends were like, hey, we're going to have these graduation parties, and, you know, are you coming? And I just didn't want to talk to anybody because I didn't even know what my final grade was going to be. So everybody else, all my classmates have been on like cruise control easy street the past 2 weeks, not me, even though I took the exam on Thursday. I didn't get the grade until like a week later. I had to sit here and wait. So I have been like looking on the website. I've never been a grade stalker. But I looked on our grade website, you know, like the report card website, like constantly. I looked in the morning and at night and in the afternoon, and then like I knew my grades by heart. It was, you know, it has so many classes. It was A, B plus B, A minus. And I'm like, man, I'm just killing it. So finally, yesterday morning, I was getting ready to go to the school. Had a meeting with the counselor, and I was like, okay, but before I get ready, I'll check my grade. And I checked, and the first thing I saw was a C+, and I was like, what? And yeah, and I'd never seen a C+, but that was a C+ in my managerial accounting class. I was so happy. So I hadn't even shaved in days. I'd just been sitting in my apartment, like sitting around in my underwear, not doing anything, because I was so worried and concerned. But I made it, and I did it. And so yeah, so then I had to hurry up and shave and then take a shower because, you know, I had to go meet with my counselor. And then so I found out, and then I called Dad, and then Dad was like, well, did you call Miss Yvonne? So then I called Miss Yvonne. So then after that, I was going to go talk to my counselors, but right before I called Zakia because she was actually in the same boat. So she's one of the three, so in my class there were 3 African-American students, me, Ty, and Zakia. Well, Zakia actually had not passed some of her other classes too. So she was in the same boat as far as like having to retake classes, and she knew how it felt. And so we, like before the midterm and before the finals, like we would sit together and make a plan. It was like, we got to figure this out, the two of us. We got to make it happen. Like, we're going to do it. And it was just unbelievable. So that was for like economics class and all these other classes. Anyway, so, oh my goodness, yeah. So I get my grade, so then I call her. Then I call Kirsten. As I'm like, you know, I've come so far as, you know, trying to, as far as all the stuff with MLT, and then trying to get an M.B.A., and then trying to come here in Houston, and then try to be successful, and then, you know, it's just so good to have somebody who's always encouraging, and just always say good things, and then, yeah, so I talked to my counselor about it, then I left, and I went to the school, and I told everybody, and then I called Chris Hamilton, my tutor, the guy who tutored me in finance class, and I think I mentioned this story before, but it's worth saying again because I met his dad today. I told his dad the story. When I found out that I passed my finance class last year, he was my tutor. When I saw his wife the next time at school, at the school event that we have every Thursday night, we call it the party, or party on the patio, free beer, free food. Like, his wife gave me a high five, and I was like, that is so awesome. Anyway, so I called him, I told him, and it was just, I was just so happy. I was happy, but I was in shock. So I was calling people, and I was trying to be happy, but I was just really in shock about, wow, did I really do it? Am I really going to make it? Yeah, so fast forward to today, I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm ready. So one, as you may notice, this is the only video that I've ever done in landscape. All the rest of them have been a portrait. That's intentional. And yeah, I guess it's so I could be able to show my smile. So I'm so happy. So it's 5 o'clock, already finished with the graduation. I got my hood, and so I want to talk about that a little bit. But first I'll talk about everything that I'm wearing and the significance of it. Okay, so this is the gown, cap gown, and it's got little owls on it. Go Owls, which is pretty cool. And so the cap is interesting because somebody tried to change my tassel. So because I'm a graduate student, so when you graduate an undergrad, your tassel goes from right to left. But I already graduated undergrad, of course. This is a master's degree, so you keep your tassel on the left at all times. I found that on Google this morning, by the way. So that's that. That's the cap. This is an honor cord for having the best grades. Ha, just kidding. It's actually not. This is an honor of a different sort. This is for military service, and the fact that me and a couple of the other guys, the other students, were the ones who actually started the military club at Rice. So even though this is Houston and Texas is very pro-military and all that kind of stuff, not only Rice, the Jones School, where we only have 200 students, but even the entire Rice University, which has 3,000 students, which is still small considering that, you know, there's like 35,000 at the University of Texas, right? And almost that many at Berkeley. But even 3,000 students at the big Rice, they didn't have a military club. They didn't have like a military veterans organization or club or anything like that. So we started it. You know, I don't consider myself a co-founder because I really wasn't in all those meetings, but I definitely helped to get it off the ground last year, and I'm really happy about that. So that's what this is. So all of the military guys, you know, in the club and stuff, I hope to start it, and all the veterans got this cord. So it was really nice. So the only people that had cords were people that were honors graduates. They had a blue and gold, and those of us who had the red, white, and blue. And it was really nice. So yeah, okay, so then the hood. So the hood is, you know, you graduate with your master's, you get a hood. This is the Rice hood. It's really nice, and I have a master's degree now, and so I have a hood that I can wear, which is, you know, really fantastic. So now I'll tell you about the process. So it's in alphabetical order. I'm in M, which is nice, you know, because, you know, so it's in the middle, so I don't have to wait too long. And it was really interesting because as me and Dad and Miss Yvonne and then our cousins, I forgot their name, Robert and Wanda or something, you know, so Dad always has to have a crew with him, like a clique, so these random people were there, and he's like, oh, don't you remember? And of course I never remember them because I met them like 45 years ago. Anyway, but that's just Dad, he always does that. Alright, so, so the people were there with us, and so they were sitting down on the stage, and Dad, you know, was really excited, and so what happened was I brought Zakiya her present for graduation, and then, because, I mean, really, without the triad, that's me and Zakiya and Ty, I'm seriously, I would not have been here, I would not have made it. I really wanted to quit last summer. It was just really, really, yeah, okay. So, so they go through, and so it's my turn. We're getting ready to go. Oh, I meant to say, as me and Dad and those two random cousins who I never met or don't know, were walking from the Jones School over to the basketball stadium. So our ceremony was indoors. It's interesting because I was gonna send like tango video out this morning, but I couldn't get dressed in time. But it was storming. Like, it was pitch black at 10 o'clock today. It was pitch dark with like the worst storm and thunder and lightning. It was ridiculous at 10 o'clock today. Now it's really sunny. But yeah, so as we were walking over to the basketball court, basketball stadium, because our ceremony was indoors, Dad was like marching himself, like he was so excited, like seeing cadence like left, right, and you know, doing Air Force stuff. So in the Air Force, I guess they mark backwards, all this other stuff. He was just getting so excited. We don't do that in Marine Corps. Anyway, and so it was interesting because when I woke up today, so that was my dance. So we had a citizenship, people who were nominated for a citizenship award, we had a dinner on Monday, and when it's kind of a big deal. And I was nominated, which is really great. And so the dean was there, and I told him, I said, you know, Mr. Dean, every time I've ever graduated, I have done a dance across the stage. I did in high school, I did Michael Jackson. When I graduated from Berkeley, I did Deion Sanders, his touchdown dance, and I said, I have to do a dance. It's just, and he's like, okay. I just said, you know, I just said, I want you to know, I know, you know, we want to comport ourselves in a professional manner, but I have to do a dance. And he was like, okay. So, yeah, so when I woke up this morning, I was thinking, okay, I will do like a march. So it was really funny because on the way from, it was, you know, like a 5-minute walk in the rain, actually, from where we normally go to school, McNair Hall at the Jones School, to the basketball stadium. And Dad's like marching himself and left, right, and calling cadence and all this stuff. And I was like, well, that's what I was going to do. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to kind of copy his idea, and it's not exactly a dance anyway. So I kind of had another idea, like I was going to do a dance. So I'm standing in line, you know, everybody else, you know, they call their name. Like a couple people were like, yeah, but mostly everyone, you just, they call your name, you walk up to the dean, you stand behind him. So you're standing like this, the dean is behind you, and he puts the hood on you. So when you first walk in, you don't have your hood. So the dean puts the hood on you, you now have a master's, you turn around, you shake his hand, then you walk off. Well, Marty Marr, so they call my name, and I kind of sauntered. So they say, Larry Martin. I kind of sauntered, like walked up, then like seriously broke out with the Running Man. I was like, psh, psh, like as I'm walking up the stage to the Running Man, and people start laughing and clapping. And so then I do that, I get to the dean, I see the dean, I turn, he puts the hood on me, boom, he puts the hood on me, and because normally it's quiet, right? Like people applaud when they hear your name, and they're quiet, you know, before they call the next person's name. And then I said, I did it! Like as loud as I could yell. And people were like, yeah! And I was like, yeah! That's the alarm. This is also going to be the longest video because it's, I found out, I think you have like 15 minutes. Hopefully so. Anyway, so, yeah. And so then I walked up, I saw Dad, and he was like, give me a high five. And everyone was like, this dude is nuts. Which I am, of course. But I did it, and I graduated, and there was so many times, especially throughout these videos, that I never thought I would be here. I thought I was going to walk away, I needed to do something different, find a better fit for me, but I did it. And so now I'm here, and you know, now I have so many opportunities and so many doors that are open to me, and so many people I'm thankful for, you know, from admissions and Sean Ferguson, who always had my back, to, you know, people... you know, I would say family, but family really hasn't been very supportive at all. So there's no one in the family, I should say. But but certainly my friends, you know, Zakiya and Ty, you know, students from last year who, you know, were always there to be like, hey man, I see, you know, you need a hug or something, like that kind of stuff. But yeah, I did it, and I'm happy, and yeah, so now I don't know what to do. I guess I'm going to take this off. I'm wearing my Egyptian cotton shirt, which is really nice. This is a $160 Brooks Brothers shirt. And my tie here, it's really nice, and I think it's one of the first times I've actually worn my Egyptian cotton since I've been here, because I've been normally just wearing just the no wrinkle stuff. But yeah, I had to break out all the good stuff. And yeah, that's it for me. So throw my cap, which we don't throw our caps, I guess, because we didn't. I guess that's just an undergrad thing. But no more cap, and I'm keeping my hood. And it's so funny because so many of the other students like took their stuff off. It's so hot. I'm like, man, I'm wearing mine. Like, I'm probably going to sleep in mine. Like, we're going to the club or something to celebrate tonight or something. I guess. I don't know because I haven't been reading the emails. But, you know, I'm going. And I'll probably go on this, which is not true. But, yeah. Anyway, okay.